Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello there. I'm reviewing this based off request. I know nothing about this movie. I basically did a rough search of it because it's coming out pretty soon, I guess. So hopefully I can get to see it in theaters. RRR. It's a Bollywood film. It basically takes place in the 1920s during the British Columbian rule, because India hasn't been free of their reigns for about 50 years now. I think it's been roughly 50, 60 years since their freedom. They've been allowed to choose for themselves. So I guess this is about two revolutionaries who tried to fight against and try to free themselves. All right, let's dive in.
స్కాట్ వారు మా ఆదిలాబాద్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఓ చిన్న పిల్లని తీసుకొచ్చారు. మీరు తీసుకొచ్చింది గోండ్ల పిల్లనండి.
అయితే వాళ్ళకి ఏమైనా రెండు కొమ్ములు ఉంటాయా?
All right, so they basically took her. One thing I do love about Bollywood movies is the freaking color. They absolutely make these beautiful shots using magnificent colors, and it just really does. Even if it's a dark film, they're able to captivate everything with color. So, just the way opening shots, the buildings, the grass, the soldiers marching, everything just seemed to flow perfectly.
ఒక కాపర్ ఉంటాడు.
All right. So a little girl's taken, and the tribe has someone defending him, who is a boss. Like all leads in Bollywood films, they're an absolute boss. That's one thing I absolutely love. They just do ridiculous moves that seem in any Hollywood movie it would be a comedy, but in Bollywood films they're always like perfect. They always just make it seem so much better.
పులిని పట్టుకోవాలంటే వేటగాడు కావాలి. ఆ పని చేయగలిగేది ఒక్కడే సార్.
Again, the color. See what I mean? That seems like it would just be a comedic scene. But in the Bollywood film, I know it's going to be absolutely epic. People running under the water towards each other. Any other film, I would think it's absolutely ridiculous. But they're going to nail it on its head, for sure. I know it.
పానం కన్నా విలువైన నీ సోపతి నా సొంతం అన్నా. గర్వంతోకి మనలో కలిసిపోతేనే.
బ్రిటిష్ ప్రభుత్వానికి ఎదురు తిరిగిన నేరానికి నేను అరెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను.
తొంగి తొంగి నక్కి నక్కి కాదే, తొక్కుకుంటూ పోవాలి. ఎదురొచ్చినోడ్ని ఏసుకుంటూ పోవాలి.
Absolutely amazing. So I'm guessing they're a brotherhood bond, and hopefully they don't go at each other's throats, but that tends to always work better. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in this picture, but that's absolutely one thing I love about Bollywood trailers. They don't really give you any information, unlike Hollywood, where it'll spoil the entire film. Here, I'm just left with questions. I'm just excited for what's going on and all the action shots. I mean, they're going to make it epic where he's slapping that water in his face. I just know it, because for some reason they're able to do it in slow motion. That's one of the things I loved about KGF. Like, there's this one scene where he's basically spinning around, pulling a hammer out of and it just looks so awesome. It's all done in slow motion, and there's no action really to it. It's just flair, and it just seems to add much more. Slow-mo everywhere.
ప్రాణాలు పోతాయిరా. ఆనందంగా ఇచ్చేస్తాను బాబాయ్.
See, this is what I mean. Things that would be completely comedy. I know this is going to be an epic scene. It already looks epic. It looks like this guy is a complete boss.
యుద్ధాన్ని వెతుక్కుంటూ ఆయుధాలు వాటంతటవే వస్తాయి.
Yep. Bring out the jungle. Oh my gosh. Because see, that arrow would not cause this through flames. It absolutely wouldn't, but it's just an epic shot. They know how to manipulate the scenes to where it's not comedic, really. It just adds to it, because this is an introduction of him basically being a boss.
Brace yourself for
Slow-mo.
ఈ నక్కల వేట ఎంతసేపు? కుంభస్థలాన్ని బద్దల కొడదాం పదా.
Going on here. See, just awesome, absolutely awesome. I mean, you can't really add anything to it because it's giving you a ton of action. It's giving you hints of the story. It's giving you the brotherly aspect of these two characters fighting with each other. It's giving you both their backgrounds. One's more of a woods, one's more city, and they both combat like a boss. And I'm curious on how it's going to go, because normally they tend to do that. One person is the actual lead. One person is actually the real boss, and then the other one, everyone else is like a comedic supporting character. But this looks like they both are lead characters. I'm curious on how they're going to go about it. Odds are, since it's Bollywood, it's going to be a 20-hour film. three, maybe 4. Hopefully 4, because honestly, with most Bollywood films, I don't mind the length, especially with how good they are. Occasionally, I'll come across a bad Bollywood film, and then I'm just like, well, it didn't have to be 3 hours. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see this. It's coming out really soon. I'm going to need to get to see it. Might need to call out of work to get to it, but yeah. I had no clue this movie was coming out. But like every other Bollywood film that I end up seeing, I know I'm going to absolutely love it, or have some, interesting questions about it or interesting thoughts about it that most people don't. I mean, Pushpa, I had a different opinion than everyone else. I just feel like everyone was so ready to see KGF Chapter 2 that Pushpa came in at the sweet spot when KGF Chapter 2 was supposed to come out, and everyone just felt nostalgic for KGF, because it's literally the same movie, just not as good. And everyone praised it. I didn't think it was as good, but that was my personal opinion. It don't matter in the end. It's what you want to see. In the end, I want to see this. Thank you all for watching. This is then a reaction to the RRR trailer. I honestly am curious as to why that name is that. I'm pretty sure they do a reference to it. I'm pretty sure it stands for something, like KGS stands for Kohler Goldfields. I'll find out at some point in time. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles!